Northern Quebec, 1965. It was supposed to be the perfect wilderness escape for 6 friends. Total isolation, fresh air, and complete silence. But they didn't know that the silence was a warning. As dusk settled, the forest launched its first assault. Out of nowhere, they descended upon the camp, a black cloud of merciless insects. Black flies, millions of them. Their bites were merciless. Bernie, Sarah, Mark, none of them were spared. Desperate to escape the torment, the group made a choice. They retreated inside their hot, cramped canvas tents, locking themselves inside against an enemy too small to fight. But out there in the dark, hidden just behind the tree line, a massive, terrifying shadow was already stalking their camp. Hours passed. The camp was finally silent. Inside the main tent, Bernie and his wife were deep asleep, unaware of the danger just inches away. Suddenly, Bernie's eyes snapped open. He had heard something. A low, deep growl from just outside the thin canvas wall. Before he could move, a massive weight slammed against the tent, and then came the sound of tearing fabric. The wall ripped open right where his head had been. His wife screamed, a sound of pure terror that shattered the wilderness night. In the total chaos, Bernie scrambled backward, but he wasn't fast enough. The bear's claws tore through his flesh, missing his face by mere inches. The piercing scream echoed across the lake, jolting the rest of the camp awake. Realizing the immediate danger, Mark didn't hesitate. He plunged his hands into the dying campfire, pulling out a thick, smoldering branch. With a desperate shout, he charged at the torn canvas, thrusting the glowing embers right at the beast's face. The monster snarled, pulling back into the pitch-black woods. They had survived the first strike, but they were bleeding, terrified, and the night had just begun. The bear had retreated into the darkness, but it didn't leave. For the next 5 days, their peaceful campsite turned into a fortress of fear. Bernie's arm throbbed with every heartbeat, a constant reminder of how close he came to death. The monster circled them day and night, testing their defenses, waiting for the fire to die. Their only weapons were the campfire and a small stash of cherry bombs. Whenever the heavy footsteps got too close, an explosion would echo through the trees, buying them a few more hours of life. Sleep became impossible. If you close your eyes, you die. Exhaustion began to play cruel tricks on their minds. Every shadow looked like claws. Every wind whistle sounded like a guttural growl. By the dawn of the 7th day, they had nothing left. No fire, no energy, just the silent wait for the end. And then a faint hum echoed across the lake. At first they thought it was another trick of their exhausted minds, but the hum grew louder, tearing through the silence of the wilderness. The float plane had returned. As they scrambled aboard, leaving their torn tents behind, none of them spoke a word. Looking down at the shrinking island, they knew the truth. They didn't conquer the forest. The forest simply let them go.